going on, everybody? REKracers here, back with another video. Today we'll be doing a new series. So basically we'll be just going through all the heroes and villains, doing a guide, tips and tricks on how you can make your game better with these heroes and villains. So this will be broken up into 4 parts. First we will do an introduction, then we will go through the abilities of the hero or villain, what they do, and third, we have the star cards so you can make the most out of these abilities. And then fourth, we have the best strategy for this hero so you can dominate as this villain. So first character we have for this series, this brand new series, is Boba Fett. Boba Fett is a bounty hunter with green Mandalorian armor who is cloned by his father, who we all know to be Jango Fett. Boba Fett is the only villain or hero to be equipped with 4 different abilities. His first of these abilities is the jetpack. This ability allows Boba Fett to fly through the air. In my experience, I have discovered that there are 2 main ways to use this ability. The first of which could be used to get higher ground where other heroes and troops can't reach, so you can get a better attack position. And the second of which is to fly away when times get tough and you're in a sticky situation, so you just have to hit that jetpack and move away from all other heroes. This second method is very important, as I find that Boba Fett loses health really fast and he only has 500, which is some of the least out of all heroes and villains. The second ability is a concussion rocket, which is left bumper on Xbox or L1 on PS4. If it's a direct hit, then the enemy will be concussed where they're dazed and can't see very well. This is a great time to attack after you have concussed an enemy. The only downside about this power-up is the rocket does not do any damage, so even if an enemy is at low health and you just want to finish him off and that's the only ability you have, you're sadly just going to have to go with your blaster for that one. The next ability I'm going to talk about is the left bumper and right bumper, or L1 and R1. So this ability is called For the Hunt, and it allows you to see enemies through walls just like the scan pulse could. It's very similar to the scan pulse. However, it is even better and has even more plus sides. So while the For the Hunt ability is activated, you get unlimited jetpack fuel and you are invisible from enemy radar. There are of course 2 ways that you can use this: attack and defense. First, I'm going to explain how it can be used for attack. So if you get unlimited jetpack fuel, you can go up to a higher place much easier and you'll be disappeared from enemy radar, so they'll never know what hit them and they won't know where you are. For defense, you can use it to, while you run away, they won't know where you are and you have unlimited jetpack fuel. Just like I explained earlier with the jetpack, you can just fly away and get a lot further distance. Next ability I'm going to discuss with you guys is the Rocket Barrage. Now this ability is possibly the best ability of any hero or villain. I think that would be a very solid argument. So what this does is it sends an intense barrage of rockets that does a ton of damage to the enemy, and it's in quick succession. It's like bop bop bop, very fast. This ability allows you guys to do so much damage in such little time. It's insane how, as you've seen some of these clips, I'm using it on the other heroes and it's just shredding them. They're just completely going away super fast. It just does so much damage, and it's by far the best ability for Boba Fett. Now that we have discussed the abilities, we are going to discuss star cards to even further enhance those abilities, even though Boba Fett is already a great hero. The very first star card we have, and in my opinion the most important for heroes versus villains, is Anti-Hero Rockets. This allows Boba Fett to do an extra 10 damage at common, an extra per rocket, and an extra 20 damage if it's epic. So if you're only doing 3 rockets, that's an extra 30 damage right there even if it's just the common version. The next star card we have is Intense Barrage, which allows Boba Fett to fire faster, which makes the amount of rockets he fires higher. So what this does is it makes him shoot even more rockets, which means it'll do even more damage to heroes. So we're kind of combining a lot of star cards to make this Rocket Barrage, which is already a great ability, as great as it can possibly be. And if you do these star cards, I think it's possibly the best hero or villain in the game. So this is an extra, let's see, let me just do the math right here. An extra 80 damage to heroes. Now that is an insane number, especially for fast-paced action that happens in heroes versus villains. So these two star cards are by far the best for Boba Fett. There isn't really one other star card that stands out like those other two did, so it just comes down to personal preference. You can either get Quick Refill, which allows Boba Fett's jetpack fuel to replenish faster when you're not using it, and then there's also Fuel Efficiency, which allows the fuel to burn slower when you are using it. Honestly, you could get either of these star cards. They're both pretty good, and they increase your time in the air, which is exactly what you want for Boba Fett, so you can honestly get either of them for this one. And now, guys, we probably have the most important part of any guide, the strategy. You could have no star cards and not know how to use the abilities, but if you know the strategy, you are still going to be able to wreak some havoc on the battlefront. In a way, Boba Fett is actually kind of a tough character to use correctly, and it does require some skill, unlike some of the other heroes such as Darth Maul, where anyone can just pick him up and use him effectively. So essentially what you want to do is you want to keep at a distance from lightsaber wielders, because they will do the most damage to you, because they will just wreck through your 500 damage. So you want to stay away, use your jetpack to get at higher places so that those lightsaber heroes can't reach. You also want to look out for heroes like Chewbacca. The reason you want to stay away from Chewbacca is his blaster bullets can actually knock you clean out of the air, as you see in this clip here. So you want to try your best to stay away from Chewbacca, because he is the only person on the battlefront who can effectively counter Boba Fett. While you're using Boba Fett, you want to utilize your advantage of having a jetpack as much as possible. Now, this doesn't mean flying everywhere all over the place, because you want to save up your jetpack fuel in case you get in a tight situation. So say Rey's charging at you with her dash ability, you want to use all that jetpack fuel you've been saving up to get on out of there. And if you don't have much and you don't think you can get far, that's when you use your For the Hunt ability to get that unlimited jetpack fuel to get on out of there. As Boba Fett, you're going to find yourself losing health fast and dying a lot if you don't utilize his jetpack properly. Due to his little amount of health, you're going to need some way to get out of there. There is an alternative if you don't have much jetpack fuel, or your For the Hunt ability is not there, you've already used it. This doesn't usually work that well, but it is the best second option, I guess you can call it, and that is to concuss them with the concussion rocket. They can't really see very well, and then you can run away. This sometimes works, sometimes doesn't, but I find that it does usually work, but you always want to save up that jetpack fuel just in case. Some of you guys might want to go flying in there all willy-nilly, try and take down the entire team, but guys, trust me, Boba Fett is not a frontline hero. He is not meant to be up close and personal with all the enemies. You want to attack them from a distance, doing as much damage as possible, staying out of there. You need high ground and just be out of the picture, but still dealing a ton of damage. Thank you guys so much for watching this far, and since you guys have watched this far, I am going to give you an extra tip. This tip might sound a little silly, but trust me guys, it works so well, and that is using all your abilities at once. So that is using your For the Hunt to get super high up and use that unlimited jetpack fuel. Concuss them and then use all your rocket barrages, and if you did those star cards that I mentioned early on, this rocket barrage is going to do so much, and even after the barrage they're still not going to be able to see, and your other teammates can go and finish them off. Conclusion, Boba Fett is now one of my favorite villains, and I think he might become one of your guys' too if you guys are able to use him properly. He's probably one of the best heroes on the Battlefront. As you guys see over here, I got first, and that never happens. So if you guys follow these tips, I feel like that might happen too. If this video helped you, don't forget to comment down below and say that it helped you. You can like it too, but just mainly the comments, because I just love interacting with you guys. That's one of my favorite things to do on YouTube. And if you can also comment down below what heroes or villains you want. If a lot of people suggest that I should do a certain hero guide, then guess what? The very next day I'll be working on that very hero guide. So this is the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe if this helped you. Like the video if this helped you. And REKracers signing off. Peace.